Hey guys, I'm Scott with Trail Power, and today I thought I'd talk a little bit about awnings. Now we have the Rhino-Rack Batwing awning on our rig and we love it. It's awesome. It opens a full 270 degrees, so it covers the whole side of our rig over here as well as the back over here. And it's super fast to put up and take down, and it just gives us a lot of shade, and it's really quick to set up on the trail. So we put it up sometimes even if we're just gonna break for lunch, and it's just not a big deal. The one thing you do have to be careful of is, because it is a lightweight awning, is that it can snap parts if you have wind catch it and you don't have it staked down. So you always want to stake it down and make sure it's good and secured, because we had just a little gust on this last trip we were on and it snapped our whole awning back. And so I want to show you how we're going to repair that today, and maybe to help you guys if you have to do a repair on your Rhino-Rack Batwing awning. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and we'll show you the damage that was caused. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. So right here we have a hinge point, and there are 4 rods that extend out to cover the full 270 degrees and support the weight of the awning. And when the wind caught it, it acted like a sail and just pushed it up and over the rig, and it snapped off these hinge points here. And so what these hinge points look like is they look like this. This is a new one, and you can see it has the part that the pivot bolt goes through, and then this can swing around when your awning opens, and then this connects to the rod. So these act as a fuse. So if you've ever done any wiring, you know you always want to have a fuse in place so that the fuse blows before it burns up wiring and causes more damage. Well, the same thing with your awning. By having these have a weak point in them right here at this line, these will snap before it causes any damage to the aluminum rods that support the awning, which are going to be much more expensive and a pain to fix, or it causes other damage to your rig. And so we had a couple of these snap, and so I'm going to show you how we replace these. Here's one that snapped, so you can get a look at that, and you can see that it just this internal structure, this nylon, is designed to be a weak point. So we're going to show you how we do that. We need a few tools today. First thing that we're going to use is we're going to use a 13 millimeter socket on the bottom here on this bolt, and then we're going to use a 6 millimeter hex in the top. We're just going to loosen this up and then take this nut off the bottom. Make sure you catch the washer that's there too, so there's a washer and a nut on the bottom, and then there is a bolt that extends all the way through. And you can see it also has a washer on the top, so make sure you keep that washer in place too. So set those down somewhere where you won't lose them. The next thing you need to do is you need to figure out which one of your rods connections, your hinge points, broke. Is it in the top 2 or is it in the bottom 2? And depending on if it's in the top 2 or the bottom 2 determines what you're gonna do next. So we're gonna take a flat blade screwdriver, and ours is in the bottom 2. It's in the middle one here on the bottom half. So we need to pry out this little bushing, and this bushing you'll see only goes halfway through. It goes up to here, and so it covers these bottom 2. If you had a break up top, then you would take out the top one up here, and so now that we've pulled this out, we can go ahead and remove our broken piece. You see it comes out real easy. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get those little legs out? They're inside this metal rod here, and what we have to do first is we have to get a Phillips screwdriver. We're going to take out this screw, this little set screw, set that aside, and then rather than trying to fish the broken parts out of this rod, we can actually just take a flat blade screwdriver and we can just push them further in. They're not going to hurt anything. So just jam them further in there. And now we're ready to put our replacement in. And so they come in a 2-pack like this from Rhino. You can get these replacements. You should have 1 or 2 of these that came with your rack for replacements, or you can order some. So we ordered some spares just to keep in our rig, because you never know when you're going to be setting up and trying to do it all yourself and wind catches it. And this is a very quick and easy trail repair that you can do. Not a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and take our new hinge point We're just going to we're going to slide it in here, just like that. And we're going to put our screw back in. If you lose one of these screws, it does come with a couple extras. Okay, we've got that screwed back in. Now we need to get our bushing back in, so we need to get this lined up here. This is probably the trickiest part, getting this all lined up so that you can get this to slide up through. And you may need to shimmy that around a little bit and get something you can tap on the back of a screwdriver or a rubber mallet or something. Ours does not want to go in. Might need to shift it a little bit back. There we go. And we're going to take our bolt with our washer on it. We're going to put that back through the top. And we're going to take our nut and our washer. We're going to put that on the bottom. Take our 13mm socket here and our hex key, 6mm hex key up top. Tighten that back down. This is a lock nut, so it shouldn't have to be too tight. Make that stay in place. And our trail repair is done. So we've got a brand new hinge point in there, so you can see even if you do break this, it might cost you a few bucks to replace it, but at least you can fix it on the trail. So I really encourage you to keep some of these in spares in your rig, and it might save your vacation to be able to enjoy some shade. Also, one more tip for you. Always try and remember to stake those poles down. Even if you don't have any wind, just go ahead and stake them down, or if you're someplace you can't stake them, attach some weights to them, because what happened to us when this broke, it flung the awning up and the aluminum pole came down, and it left us this nice little scratch about 6 inches long right here in our rig. And I talked to Rhino Rack about that, and I said, hey, you guys might want to put some sort of a little tether on here so that if these do break, which they're designed to break, that it doesn't do damage to your rig or poke somebody's eye out or something like that. So maybe they can take that for what it's worth in their engineering group and maybe think of putting a safety wire on there. But otherwise, easy repair. Hope you guys enjoyed this and get back on the trail soon.